out of the bathroom.
Game starting a few minutes early. We are live now.
I guess who are we sending that out to then? Alright, go ahead. Oh, jeez, I turned it around somehow. Oh God. Alright, here we go, Britt. We're live here. We're live here from Say is the door.
Same as a dog.
So
beautiful rink.
yeah, it is actually. It's been. I think it must have been updated since it was built back in 1723 by the first colonials, the first French settlement.
I was going to say there's no tinfoil on the roof, but
It's all tinfoil. It's all tinfoil.
Oh, you hear the hum? I think they just turned the heat.
I think we might even have the heat on. This is going to be a good day here, Brett.
The heat is coming on the ice and from the heaters to the stands.
We have some pink tape here. I don't know if I noticed this. We have some new tape drops going on the ice.
We got some stripes going too.
We have some stripes going. So the Heat had a little team building session in between games. There was a hot dog buffet for all the children.
75 hot dogs were consumed, Dave.
That's right. That's a lot of hot dogs. That's a lot of hot dogs.
Proud of the boys.
Yeah.
And the parents. Too.
And the parents.
I think some of the parents are still in the parking lot.
Yeah, that's me. I had a lot of them. Not feeling great, but we're here. The boys have a ton of nitrates in them. And you know, Brett, they give nitrous to race cars to take off, so I'm assuming that's going to be the same effect we see here today.
We had pretzels and honey scissors and go-go squeezes going in the room right before.
Love those go-go squeezes.
I am looking for some fast action in the first period at least till they crash.
Before they crash out. Yeah. Today and this afternoon we're taking on the Maxi Power Rebels. I don't know where they're from. They look well organized with their red jerseys and socks, but again, you'll notice that we have now some stripes on the helmet, so we've upped our game as well.
We have upped our game. I want to know who brought the pink tape.
And I want to know why
Somebody was handy.
someone was handy in between game 3 and 4, because this is new. Unless it was their last game and we just didn't notice, but I don't think that's the case. I think this is new.
Pretty observant.
I'm usually on the ball, but
Final game of the day, and this will determine the fate of the Heat for tomorrow's matchup.
that's right. There'll be at least one tomorrow. I hear possibly up to 3, Brett.
Wow.
That's a lot of hockey.
What are we going to do for Easter and the children?
Probably more hot dogs, Brett. Probably more hot dogs. I hope not, but that's sometimes the way it goes. You know, the best thing about these things is it's my only opportunity to as many hot dogs as I can without being judged by my wife, because she usually doesn't know, so I had a bunch. And what I can tell you is that the fruit plates, there's always a fruit plate at these things. Nobody ever eats it. There's always the one healthy mom.
I had a piece of lemon out of pity.
Get the hell out of here. You
Or
did, eh?
melon, I guess.
Some melon. Good for you.
Out of pity.
All right.
But it was delicious.
It was.
juicy.
Is that right? All right. Maybe
Okay,
if I had that,
right.
maybe if I did that, I wouldn't be feeling the way that I am now.
Oh, no.
All right,
Okay,
let's get
here we
going
go.
here. Pay attention.
Well, you've got some pink legs going.
There, I think, you know what?
Something stripes from the helmet.
We've been talking about team building and synergy. I think we may have reached that, so let's see what happens here this afternoon. Early start time, we're 5 minutes ahead of the clock. The mums are jacked up. They've been drinking their pink Whitneys.
I think Edo even snuck in a can. I know he did. There he is.
You got a can in there in your pocket there, Edo? Oh, all right, we're off to the races here. Pay attention here. We got Luca's line out there with Norris and Jacob. Jacob breaks down the line, takes it behind the net. Centering pass goes wide, right out of the zone. Falkenberg back to pick that up. Falkenberg over to Varga. Varga up to Norris. Norris still has control. Battling through. Puck picked up by Falkenberg. He's going to go in for a skate. Low shot, rebound, picked up by Norris. Ooh, he takes a bit of a bounce into the boards. No worse for wear. The Rebels are able to get that back. going to be picked up by Varga. Varga up to Norris. Doing a line change. Rebels coming out. Falkenberg over to X. Slow pass.
That's a nice.
The Rebels are going to bounce that through. We're going to get an icing on that all the way back. The Heat putting out Dax, McCrimmon, and X with Moore and Kelly to support. Face off in the Rebel zone. Dax for the face off win, back to X, pass that up to Moore. Moore, low shot on net. Goalie holds on to that one. And whistle. Face-off win by Dax, up to Moore, Moore over to X. Or sorry, McCrimmon. McCrimmon off the post, rebound by Bennett. Sitting in the back door. And just pop the rebound in. Beauty shot right off the crossbar. Big rebound in front. That's an easy tap in for Dax Bennett. We're at a 1-0 game early on in the first period. We're going to have the Davidson Cummings Dax line, supported by Kelly and Daxton.
Is it that? It's weird. Crossbar hit. Drop. He's good.
And battle down low for Davidson. Oh, pass from Cummings just goes wide. Davidson down low. Gets a hold of it. Davidson pops it around the net. Moore pinching deep. Keeps it in. Davidson working down low. Cummings in for support. Cummings passes out front for Dax. A little bit of a mess in front. Puck squirts into the corner. Rebels pick that up. Cummings picks it back up. Cummings working the corner. Sorry, that was Davidson working down low. Glass is a little tilted, hard to see. Moore's going to pick that up in his own zone. Turn back up to Cummings. Cummings takes it in. He dumps it deep, go for a change. You have Dax, Boche, and Luke out there. Varga has it, coming off a big hat trick game. Shot gets blocked in front. Rebels try and pick that up in front. Norris spins around. Puck bounces off his stick. Varga holds the line. Puck squirts just outside, but he's able to get it back. Walks in. Cross-ice pass for Gauthier. Shot goes high and wide. Varga picks that up at the line. Nice low shot. Just bounced wide. Just past Gauthier's stick. Puck goes all the way down. They're going to call that one icing. Ghislaine chimes in. He says he's been on a schnitzel diet.
Oh.
He said 75 hot dogs is nothing compared to the amount of schnitzel he's eaten. I think he's living the best life.
He's living the best life.
I think he's over there reffing, but he might be in just the hotel room getting away from it all, having schnitzel in Germany.
I heard Leon Dreisaitl's also in Germany.
Yeah,
Maybe
that's
they
right.
could hook up to
That's
eat some
right.
schnitzel
Have some
together.
Schnitzel.
You never know.
Maybe bring some signatures back for the rest of us. Varga point shot goes high and wide.
Jersey.
Alberts pinches, brings that one in. X wrap around, bounce it off the pads. Rebels kick it into the corner.
Oh,
X picks it up. Puck pops back behind the net. X still has it in the corner. Nice centering pass for Dax. Dax, ooh, shot blocked. Rebound comes out to Varga. Varga goes in for the shot. Oh! Nice centering pass, just goes wide. The Rebels are going to bounce out of that, but Dax is going to be on back check mode. Pick that one back up. Bounce it off the boards. McCrimmon. McCrimmon with some time space. He goes for
nice shot.
That's a hammer goal, just high and wide. Falkenberg keeps that one in for the back into the zone. Pirates go to D to D. Up off the wing. Cummings knocks his man off. Knocks the puck loose into the corner. Picked up by Falkenberg. Falkenberg, head down pass. Gets cut off by the Pirates. Davidson up to Cummings. Cummings brings it across the line. Cummings centering pass. Nobody home. Rebels bring that one through. Ooh, and they're going to get the old offside call.
Like it.
You're going to get a line change here. You're going to get the Luca Norris Jacob line. Zach picks up the boards to Norris. Norris looks cross ice. Whoa! Just saucers it right in for Gauthier. Gauthier, low shot, bounces off the pads.
Go back, Zach!
Hitting me. Falkenberg goes down for the walk. Right pads for Jackson. I think Falkenberg might have had one too many hot dogs, like his old man.
So hard on him.
I am hard on him. All right, let's see what's happening here. Ooh, big collision for Gauthier. Puck goes wide. They're going to call that offside and give the Heat time to regroup. Albert. Whoa. Cross ice pass picked up by the Rebels. The Rebels walk in. A shot. Beautifully grabbed by Jackson. Oh yeah, he's running the scoreboard. Here we go. We got Bennett McCrimmon line. Face-off win scrambles. Puck ends up behind the net for Kelly. X picks it up. Oop. X bounces it off the boards for Kelly. Rebels still walk out with it. Take the shot. Usually again snagged by Jackson. Goes on for the whistle. It's going to be an icing against the Rebels trying to get a defensive zone face-off. Here we go. Kelly behind the net. Pass it over to Duke. Duke up the boards to McCrimmon. McCrimmon it. Skates it past center. Tries to chip it up to Bennett. Just goes wide. They're going to get an icing call. It's whistles galore here.
Which is different pace because the last couple games there's been very few.
Very few, that's right. You're going to see the Davidson, Cummings, Dax line out. Face off back to Kelly. Kelly dumps it in. And the Rebels kick it around. Duke stops that from going over the line. Loose puck picked up by Davidson. Davidson over to Dax. Dax centering pass. Tip just wide. Rebels pick that up. Ooh, nice cross-ice pass. Nair carry over center with speed. Davidson with the back check. Forces it up to Duke. Duke up to Cummings. Transition play. Cummings, beautiful pass over to Dax. Dax skates it into the corner. Doubles back. Doubles back again. Back to Davidson below the goal line. Davidson centering pass just gets bumped into the goal. He's going to hold on to that to the whistle.
All right.
Good passing sequence.
No, they're gelling. That's what maybe 2 hours of outdoor baseball.
There was a lot of baseball. There was a lot of baseball going on out there.
Due to the team.
Yeah. Luca face-off win back to Varga. Varga peels it around, gets the shot off, low and past the goaltender. Puck ends up into the corner for the Rebels. Staring pass ends up on the stick for Falkenberg. Falkenberg wheels around, passes that back up to Norris. Norris waits till Gauthier gets back onside, dumps it over. Puck ends up behind the net for the Rebels. Rebels wheel it around. Intercepted by Luca. Puck swallowed up by Jackson. We're going to get the whistle. Pirates win. Goes to the point. Goes past. Norris in pursuit. Norris ends up almost getting the puck away, but just overextends. Pirates pick that back up. Luca's going to go for a sit down. For body contact. We're going to go on a penalty kill. Penalty on there. You have Maxi, Criven, Kelly, and Zach. Oh, this one off. Point shot, blocked by McCrimmon. Dax is going to dump that down. McCrimmon puts on pressure. He's taken off into the boards by the Rebels player. No call on the play. Dax puts the clearing attempt off. He's going to dump that back down, and the Rebels are forced to reset. Here come the Rebels, trying to break up, trying to get out of their own zone, struggling a little bit. Rebels break into the Heat zone. Player wheels around, centering pass, gets the own Rebels player. Dax Bennett with some wheels, bounces it around the defender, ends up to the point. And Kelly is going to say no more to that and send it back down to the Rebel zone. The Rebels are forced to regroup while the Heat go for a full line change. Here come the Rebels. Far shot, blocked away by Jackson into the corner, picked up by Varga. Varga tries to clear it off, hits Rebels player. Low slow shot, sent into the stick of Jackson. He's going to hold on to that for the whistle. Face-off win, ends up on the stick of Duke. Varga gets a hold of it, sends it back down. Causing the Rebels to yet again try it again. Ooh! The Rebels player blows a wheel into the corner, leaving Dax an opportunity to get a hold of it. The centering pass by the Heat just goes wide. X is in pursuit. X giving the Rebels all sorts of problems. Nearly has it turned over. Rebels wheel around, enter the Heat zone. Rolling slow pass, bunkered into the corner by Jackson. Varga takes his man down right at the whistle. Flash goal on the screen, but... Oh, I see what happened.
It's 1-0. It's all manual.
It's all manual.
I apologize.
1-0 Heat, ending the first period. See, now you have to add the periods. You have to add the periods. It's the intermission, did you add it? Does it say anything else? Look at that. Oh, you gotta add the time.
No, I never remember, bro.
Oh, really? Oh. All sorts of sound effects are going on. Hey, boo. Yeah, you can just see the top of your head waving around. Yeah. All right, here. The shots are, what are the shots? Brad, where are the shots?
8-6 Rebels.
8-6 for the Rebels for shots. Yeah, it was up to 5-0 at one point, and then a little bit of an onslaught. You're going to have Davidson, Cummings, Falkenberg, and Zach to start killing the penalty for the start of the second. Davidson face off back to Moore. Moore's going to start the period off by getting a shot on net. Rebels goaltender kicks out aside. Here come the Rebels. The Rebels skating around. It says 101. Just cancel it out and bring it back. There you go. The Rebels trying to break out. Falkenberg spins around. Spins off his player. Nice pass over to Cummings. Oops. Pass up to Caleb. Spins around his man. Oh. Caleb has some time and space. Good shot on that. Good play by Falkenberg, getting his feet under.
Go, Caleb!
Has some time and space. The hot dog sweats are over, Brett. We're feeling good about ourselves. Here we go. We have the Dax. The Dax Davidson Cummings line. Face off win back to Kelly. Kelly lines up with Duke. Duke shot. Tip by Cummings just goes wide. Cummings trying to outmuscle two Blazers in the corner. Manages to do so. Puck heads up into the corner for Dax. Dax, out front. Pass to David to move. I don't know how that stayed out. That was Max Davidson is hunting around the back of the net, taking a look, but manages to stay out. Great sequence. Yeah, he has curly feet. He tucks his toes in. His little toesies. Little elf skates. Maxi power with about 17 players on the ice at this point. Going for the change. Luca with the face-off win. Ends up for Duke back on the point. Goalie can't quite hold on to that one. Luca working hard down low. Still working hard down low. There's three players in. Morris comes in for support. Duke bounces it from the point. Comes in. Loose puck. Ooh. Rebel player tries to pass it back to the D in front of the net. Ballsy move. Rebels bust out of their own zone with it. Whoops. Kelly goes for a sprawling block and ends up with the puck behind the net. Nice. It is some psychedelic glass. Kelly, great control of the puck. Manages to get that up to Norris. Norris skates in with some time and space. Goes shot, just sails it just high and wide, but got some power on it. Jacob with it down low. Luca still causing troubles for the Rebels. Puck ends up around the boards. Kelly with a pinch, keep it in. Down low to Luca. Luca shrugs his man off behind the net. Scales it around. Thinks about passing it over to Alberts. Alberts end up with it on a stick. Alberts bumps it back over to Luca in the corner. Rebels get a hold of it, but can't keep it out. Alberts with some time and space. Thinking about what to do with it. Ends up putting it on that. Loose puck almost ends up on Norris' stick in front, but it sails wide. Yeah. Norris puts it down low. You're starting to see this Heat team work the puck around normally now. Luca scales back with it. Norris out behind the net. Backhand pass. Puck ends up on top of the net. A couple players bashing for it. Norris ends up with it. Tries the Michigan. Couldn't quite get it up on top of the stick. Luca picks it up. Going around the outside. Cuts through the middle. Still has full control over it going through the slot. Like on a string on the stick. Luca still has it behind. He's up one out front. Shot down low. Goalie holds on to that one as the Heat smash away at it. Norris ends up with it behind the net somehow. Luca out front, pulls for it in the slot. Bounces wide off of a Rebels player. Norris has it down low. The Rebels players are just exhausted. Kelly keeps that in. Peels back. Dumps it back down low to Norris. Norris with a face-off shot. Goes for the shot. Ooh! Sails just wide. Albert's going to pick that up on the other end. The Heat have full pressure at this point. Luca down low. Puck stripped off his stick, and the Rebels are finally able to get that down, and they're going to be called for icing. You'd hope that they couldn't change, Brett, but that just simply isn't the rules at this age.
That was a nice flurry.
That was a great flurry effort, yeah. We end up with the Bennett, McCrimmon, X-line, with Varga and Falkenberg for support. Whoops. McCrimmon tries to scale it back to Varga, just goes wide. Varga skates back to pick that up. Dax Bennett picks it up, carries into the Rebels zone. Dax tries to skate on his player, knock off his stick by the Rebels. Puck flies up into the air. Varga bends down, keeps it in. X is down in the corner, gets a hold of it. Centering pass over to Crimmon. McCrimmon, stick handles loose. Oh, and Bennett almost with the rebound off the outside of the post. Bennett with control against the board cell. No, passes it down into the corner for X. The Rebels trying to get control of it. They're a little bit discombobulated. Varga with the handle from the point. X picks that up. Centering pass for Bennett. He still has it in his equipment. He will spin around. I can't quite get a hold of it. McCrimmon with it against the board. Peels off into the slot. Shot blocked by the Rebel. Rebels finally pick that back up again. They're going to try and get it out. Falkenberg keeps it in. Falkenberg's going to skate through. Shot goes just wide. Puck scales around for McCrimmon and Varga. They get a hold of it. Falkenberg back for a 3-on-1.
Nice!
Falkenberg actually gets onto it. Puts it just wide. That's a good effort. The Rebels player deep into the heat zone, going for a change, going to create a massive offside. The Rebels are all discombobulated now with the placement of that door. Falkenberg passes it up to X. X's pass goes just wide, but Bennett almost gets a hold on it. Puck ends up on the stick of Varga, who pops it into the Rebel zone. Rebels pick that up behind their net. Puck goes wide, picked up by Davidson. Davidson turns, decides to try and take it in for himself. Rebels manage to pop that up, but Kelly sees the man back and able to pick up the puck, get it back to where it should be. There he was. Hey. Kelly said, no. Oh, no. Kelly gets his feet tangled up by the Rebel player. He skates on in, goes for centering pass. Just kept out by Zach Moore out of the reach of the Rebels player. The Rebels trying to string something together too, but it's a lot of chaos. Here goes Cummings, race to the puck. Puck pops up. Rebels take that, try and dump it in, picked up by Kelly. Kelly able to knock it off of the Rebel player and puts it out of harm, still inside the zone. Davidson tries to get it out and does. Rebels pick that up into the transition zone. Say Kelly dumps it in for Dax. Dax goes to chase it down. He's met behind the net by Cummings. He manages to strip him off the puck. Tries for the wraparound, almost gets it. Goes loose for the Rebels. And the Rebels break out. Rebels try and skate in. Zach Moore stands his man up. Puck squeaks wide and ends up on the stick of Kelly. Kelly tries to get it up. Just gets to Jacob. Jacob tries to sidestep his man, but puck ends up on the stick of Kelly. Bumpers in, but unfortunately it's already outside the zone and the Heat have to take out. Rebels try and take it out. Luca chases his man down. Creates all sorts of problems for him. Rebels have no choice but to dump into the corner where Zach Moore is waiting for it. Zach bumps it over a couple of the players, ends up at the point shot for the Rebels, who they take in right into the chest of Jackson and smothers it for a face-off. Thumbs up here. All right. So you're seeing the McCrimmon-Bennett X line come out. Albertson Varga back to support. Dax win. The draw goes back to Varga. Varga sends it around to X. X sends a great pass up to Dax. Hits the zone with speed. Over to McCrimmon. McCrimmon shot just goes wide. The Heat shooting for the bar down. We just need to get it a little bit lower here. Puck ends up on the stick of Varga. That kid literally just bounced right here. I'm not moving that freight train. It was like a ping pong ball hitting the Empire State Building. Centering pass just outside the stick for Dax. Albert sets up Varga. He walks into it. Puts it into the chest for the Rebels goal. He's going to hold on to that one. All right. We're going to get the Davidson, Dax, Cummings line out with Albers and Varga. Ooh, face-off win just goes wide, creates a little bit of mess in front. Davidson was waiting for it to pop out, but it never did. Goalie holds on to that for another face-off. Try it again. Davidson's been pretty good on the draw. Wins that back to Alberts. Alberts with a shot right off the pad. Had some weight behind it.
Maxi goal is pretty solid though. He's pretty nailing.
Yeah. Puck spins up to Albert. Albert just puts it on net again. Bumps into the corner off the net. The Rebels trying to break that out. Oops. However, the heater right there, Dax through there, bumps it into the corner. He scales around. Oh, he goes for the centering pass, but just read perfectly by the Rebels defender. Kicks it into the corner with his shin pad. Cummings and Davidson all over this one with Hubert. Cummings behind the net. He works hard to try and get the Rebels player off the puck. Can't quite do it. The Rebels finally get it out, but they're met at the center ice with Davidson, who creates havoc, putting the puck back over to Zach. Puck bounces back to the Rebels defender, bumpers it up ice to the winger, puts it into their zone. Zach Moore back to pick that up. Moore up to the winger. Puck pops wide. The Rebels get a hold of that. Bounces right off the stick of Davidson, who's not far inside the line. He's able to get a hold of it. Davidson again picks it back up. Pops it over to Dax. Dax pops it up high off the defender. Picked up by the Rebels. Here come the Rebels. Couple numbers. Luca with a big back check. Closes the gap between Caleb. Forces the puck wide. Shot not being able to count before the buzzer goes. 17-10. Shots are 17-10 for the Heat now. Starting to take away for it. Had a great second period. That was probably their best period so far. It was pretty. Yeah. Moving the puck around. Yeah. Starting to find their game. Starting to find their game a bit. Yeah. Yeah.
It's spoken by Edo.
Yeah,
Edo. Well, they can't put it in.
Yeah, it'll come.
Okay.
It'll come. Sometimes that happens. That happens to the best of us, Britt.
Too tight to the net.
They're too tight to the net.
Yeah.
You gotta back it out a bit. Yeah.
Trying to carry it in front of the net and then pass it.
Yeah.
No, the goalie's seeing all the pucks.
We've seen a lot.
He gets some screen.
That's right. That's right.
Rebound control.
Little rebound control. Here we go.
Let's go Heat!
We've seen Luca Norris, McCrimmon, Luca Norris, Jacob line start. Warren Falkenberg back for support. Jacob. Back to Moore over to Falkenberg. Cross ice pass to Norris. Norris with control into the corner. Norris still looking well though. Pass it back to the point. Falkenberg with a hammer. Shot just goes high and wide. Puck sent down ice. Jackson's going to hold on to that one. We're going to get a face-off inside the Heat zone. Get a full change for the forwards. You have the Bennett, McCrimmon, X line out, still supported by Moore and Falkenberg. Face-off win back for the Rebels. McCrimmon puts pressure on his man, he loses it, but the puck ends up on the stick of the Rebels. They dump into the corner. Falkenberg picks that up. Moore in for support. Loose puck still picked up by Bennett behind the net. He learns to wheel it out. X goes to pick that up. X, nice play by McCrimmon to bumper that off to Moore, who had some speed. Moore to Bennett. Bennett, toe drag around, takes it into the corner. Bennett has some time and space, picks up McCrimmon in the slot. Shot just blocked by the Rebels. Loose puck kept in by McCrimmon into the corner. Centering pass just goes wide for Bennett. Falkenberg keeps that one in. Ooh, Caleb brought him to the boards. The Rebels have that. They clear it out into their zone. X scales back, cover off for the D. X pops it up to McCrimmon. McCrimmon has some speed, carries it forward. Dax pops it into the corner. Ooh, a couple of Heat players over, including Varga. Couldn't quite keep it in though between Varga and McCrimmon. Seeing the Davidson, Cummings, Dax line come out. Supported by Kelly and Varga in the back. Davidson, another win over to Varga. Kelly picks that up from Varga. Up to Dax. Kelly keeps that in, still keeps it in. Holds the line strong. Davidson walks, skates around his man, over to Cummings. Cummings pops it right into the corner. Beautiful passing play from Kelly to Davidson to Cummings. He shelves that one for the second goal of the game. Second Heat goal. And the ref's eager to get this one going. He's blowing the whistle. We're going to see the Luca Norris and Jacob line come out.
You heard there's some hot dogs.
Maybe here. There's a couple hot dogs. They're shockingly all gone. Some said we couldn't do it, but we didn't. Varga passes that out to Norris. Norris centering pass just goes wide, but picked up by Jacob. Jacob enters the zone of speed. Jacob shot just goes wide. Varga's gonna have to work hard to get that in. Not quite able to do that. Luca for support comes back, loses his man in front, passes that up to Jacob, just inside the line. They're gonna call that offside. Norris on the far right-hand side resets the play.
Now he's got the idea. Real quick.
The Bennett McCrimmon X line comes out, supported by Duke and Moore. X takes that, dumps it in. Dax in hot pursuit. Dax manages to shake his man off. Ooh, centering pass just goes wide. Oh, and X ends up out front, but puck just bounces right into the corner. Rebels are able to pick that up, but slow on the drill. Duke keeps that in, pops it over to Dax Bennett, who gets a shot off from the ringette line, covered by the Rebels goalie. Whoop. Face-off win back to Duke. Duke shovels it back into the boards. X picks that up, puts it into the corner. Bennett in pursuit of his man. Rebels walk away with it, push it up the boards. Duke challenges, keeps it in. Great challenge. X picks that up. X over to Bennett. Oh, puck just sails wide. Ooh, and we're going to go on the old power play.
Power play action.
We're going to go on the power play here. You're seeing the Rebels player go to the box for, what do they call on? 2 minutes for... 2 minutes. Oh, cross check. Oh, crossy check. Yeah, I'm gonna have a little sit down. Number 7.
So angry.
So angry. The Davidson Cummings line comes out. It's played off by Dax. Davidson wins the draw. Puck squeaks off over to Dax. Dax up to Moore. Moore. Pass causes a scramble in front. Rebels pick that up behind the net. Try and wing it around over to the wing. They managed to get all that way down. Looks like Duke's going to be the first on the scene to pick that up. Duke up the boards to Moore. Bounces off Moore's stick, but he gains control. Passes it back to Duke. Duke up to Davidson. Davidson, bounces it right off the stick with Cummings and picks that up himself. Carries it in. Between the legs pass just goes wide for Dax. He almost has that. Dax still has a hold of it behind the net. Scales out with some time and space. Tries a centering pass again, just goes wide. Dax Hubert with a beauty wraparound. Off the rush. That line's being trained troubles all day for the Rebels.
Three-dimensional pass.
It was.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that was. There's some chemistry forming in that line, which you love to see. You're going to see the Luca Norris Jacob line come out with Falkenberg and Varga to support. Luca wins that draw, but the Rebels end up getting that one and popping it back between the Dion goal, where he's going to hold on to that for a face-off. Face-off win back to Falkenberg. Falkenberg fakes a shot, puts it off to Varga. Varga puts that one on net. Loose puck up front. Oh! And the backhand by Jacob just rings the post. The Rebels try a cross-ice pass, but can't quite get a hold of it. Sends it all the way down. They're going to call that icing. We're going to get a forward change. The Dax, McCurran, and X lines coming out. Still supported by Falkenberg and Varga. Face-off win by the Rebels. Sends it into the corner. Rebels up to the boards. Pinched by Falkenberg. Can't quite get there. And now the Rebels send it all the way down, but they're going to call that no icing, causing Varga to pick that back up and behind his own goal line. Varga scales back, pops it up to McCrimmon. McCrimmon skates it up, passes it to X off the wing. X is going to take it into the zone. X goes through the legs to Dax, who sails it just wide on a backhand. Rebels break out now. Varga shuts his man down, easily takes him off the puck and goes up for a skate. Varga drops it back to Bennett. Bennett, oh, you can see it going, but missed it by about 3 inches. Right over the net. Rebels picked that behind the net.
Corner labels.
He did. You can see it going.
Yeah.
Rebels try and get that up, but Varga picks it up, sends it back on net. That's going to bounce right into the glove of the Rebels goalie for a whistle. The Davidson Cummings Dax line back out, now supported by Duke and Kelly.
Let's go, Heat!
Rebel win, sends the puck into the corner. Heat in hot pursuit. And scrum down low. Cummings working hard for it. Davidson comes in to support. Pops out to Alberts. Alberts with that. Oh, he couldn't quite get a hold of it. Sends a shot into the pads of the goalie and just kicked wide. Duke holds his man right up at the boards, causing the puck to be turned over to Davidson. Davidson still has control over it. Over to Cummings. Cummings spin around, but just sends it wide.
Oh, yeah. It's right there.
Duke stops that from leaving his zone, pops it back into the corner. Between Davidson and Cummings. Dax now. Davidson in pursuit. Little switcheroo. Dax behind the goal line, sends out front to Cummings. Dax almost gets a hold of it. Rebels players get there first. Puck squeaks out of the zone, picked up by Duke. Center ice. Duke holds on for it, looking for the right play. Centering pass just makes its way over to Dax. Dax up to Davidson. And they're going to call Cummings offside on that. Yeah, the Luca Norris Jacob line. Supported by Falkenberg more. Falkenberg takes a hold of that, passes it up to Jacob. Jacob gets it in. Rebels end up with that one. Norris goes back to support on D. Rebels player giving Norris a bit of a hard time in the corner. Falkenberg walks in, takes it off his man, scales back, sends it back around for Jacob. Jacob gets a hold of it. Ooh, Jacob takes a hit from behind. And you're going to see it on body contact. You're going to see the Heat go on the power play for 2 minutes or less. Number 25, body contact. The Bennett McCrimmon X line come out. Dax wins the face-off draw. Back to X. X scales around his man. Shot ends up to Falkenberg. Falkenberg sails it in, bounce off the pads of the goalie. X heads back to pick that up. Moore keeps that one in. Off the pinch. Ooh, Luca kicks it over, almost gets a hold of it in the slot. Puck's bounced past. Zach Morris stands that up. Zach's going in for a little skate. Zach carries it into the corner. Oh, centering pass just picked off by the Rebels players. Zach gets it back. He's behind the net. Oh, another centering pass pops out to Dax. Dax with a shot. Oh, and X is right there. Beautiful play by Zach Moore over to Bennett, over to X.
That was all Zach.
Yeah, that was a Zach Moore skate-a-thon. He went for a rip.
got excited.
He got
wasn't on the
excited.
blue line.
He wasn't. He didn't. Before he looked down, the blue line was nowhere to be found. He just kept going.
Uh-oh.
What are they running?
They're running the time.
Yeah, we got runtime. It looks like now.
Whoa!
4 goals?
I think the rules in this term is a 4-goal runtime, so we're going to see a little runtime action at this point. See Varga pass it up to Cummings. Cummings can't quite keep a hold of it. Puck pops off. Loose puck down in front of us here. Picked it right off the stick for Davidson. Davidson over to Kelly. Kelly bumps it back to Davidson. Oh, can't quite get there before the Heat catch, or the Rebels catch up to him. Loose puck picked up by Varga in the Heat zone. He scales back on his man. Varga up to Cummings. They're going to call that icing. No, they waved it off. So the Rebels picked that up behind the net.
that red thing and saying
Yeah, I
that's
know.
the time limit.
I keep thinking that's penalty.
Ooh. Little bumper cars down in the corner there. I think that's Varga down there, causing trouble for the Rebels. Puck just bounces around. Kelly with a big pinch keeps that in. Not even keeps it in, he just keeps the pressure on. Oh, nice backhand pass. Oh my lord. A backhand pass by Cummings to Davidson almost catches him napping. Apologies, backhand pass from Cummings to Luka. Almost seals the deal for number 5. Varga in his own zone. Varga still turning around. His stick is like 10.
Sunday stroll.
It's just a Sunday stroll. It's just calm with the puck, cool and calm. Norris up to Luka. Luka goes in, almost gets a trip, carries around. Luka with a deep, and he grabs it right off the shoulder of the goalie, off the post and in.
Running the time.
A great skate and a great goal.
Lucky scored that one. The one he missed there.
It's a great play by Norris to get it up to Luka, and Luka take care of the rest. Luka, a nice backhand draw win off the face-off. Puck sweeps up to Norris. Puck is tangled up in that Rebels.
It's a magnet.
It's like a magnet right to his skates. Whoa!
Yeah.
Luka sails one just off the crossbar into the corner.
Very much the top of it.
Yeah, it was. It might have been Norris. It's hard to tell those two apart. You have Jacob working hard. You have Luka working down low, so has full control below the goal line. Although being tangled up by 2 players, still manages to pop that out. The Heat get control of it after it comes out of the zone, and Zach Moore's going to take some time and space. Whoa! He just dances right around his man.
Talk about Chalant.
Just Zach Moore's having a day. Oh. The Rebels working hard into the zone of the Heat. Jacob shrugs his player off, walks out with the puck. Over to Duke. Duke squeaks around his man. Duke pops it back up to Luka. Luka's coming in with Norris. Norris pops over to Norris. Oh! And the back-checking Rebels player just manages to get there in time. Jacob with a shot on net, and the goalie's going to hold on to that for a reset. Yeah, the Crimin, Dax, and X line out. Scored by Varga. Falkenberg on the left. Varga picks that up at the point. He pops that up to Bennett. Bennett with the shot, blockers into the corner. X in pursuit of that. X is sick, tangled up by the Rebels. Gets it loose, pops into the corner once it comes to him again. Rebels pick that up behind their net. Rebels try and clear it out of their zone. Stopped at the line by Varga. Varga dumps it in for McCrimmon. McCrimmon picks that up to Dax. 2 Rebel players falling out in front, stop that from going any further, and the Rebels turn back. Loose puck picked up by Varga. He bumpers it back up to center ice for Bennett. Bennett tries to drag it around 2 players. Rebels end up with that one. McCrimmon picks it up. Centering pass over to Falkenberg. Falkenberg tries to keep it in and does. He skates it into the corner. He has some time and space.
Denied that puck.
No.
No.
Pass up to Varga at the point. Varga sails it into the glove of the goaltender. They're going to hold on to that one. Davidson, Cummings, Jacob lines up next. Dax line, sorry. Duke Alberts takes a shot, bounces off the shin pad into the corner. Rebels end up with that one. They're trying to get it out. Duke with a big pinch. Manages, puck squeaks wide, but Davidson's there on the back check to help out. Duke chases that puck down. Davidson's still back there, working to get control of it. Davidson up to Kelly. Kelly to Dax. Dax up to Cummings. Cummings entering the zone of speed. Oh, nice try. Cummings passes it over to Dax. Dax pops it up. Off to the point for a shot. Blocked in front. Rebels trying to get a hold of it, but can't. Dax bumpers it just out of the reach of Cummings. Davidson picks it up off to Dax into the corner. Spinorama. Alberts picks that up at the point. Sails it in. Cummings looks for the point deflection. Misses it. Goes into the corner. Rebels finally able to get that one out. Kelly bumpers it over to Alberts. Alberts has a second to think about what he wants to do. Passes that up to Dax. Ooh. We have Luca coming with speed, picks that up, centering pass, just goes wide. Kelly picks it up off the point. He spins around, still has control as he moves into his own. Pass just goes wide, all the way up, but Jacob's there to keep that in. Norris picks that in, clearing attempt out, carries it into the corner. Jacob has it behind the net. He scales around, goes for the wraparound, and ooh, a little bit of a push down. And you're gonna have the Rebels hold on to that one for now. With one time, 20 seconds left on the clock, we might not even get another face-off here. We'll see how long this takes. There you're gonna see the Rebels take a 2-1-1 record in day 2 of this tournament. Woo. Norris ends up with that one, sailed the shot just off of the deflection wide. Oh, centering pass for Roche for Jacob. Almost gets a hold of that one.
A big day for the Heat and St. Isidore.
St. Isidore. Yeah, it's the French connection here for the Heat. They're going to go up 2-1-1. And we'll have to figure out the schedule for tomorrow. But that's all for today's events. What are the final shots?
31-11.
31-11 shots for the Heat against the Rebels.